hope you are well. Today is Thursday. Hubby's just sent me a message. And I am doing part 2 of the 10-minute journaling challenge. And part 2 was Thursday, Friday, and Saturday in my junk journal. So doing 2 different styles of journaling and showing what can be achieved in approximately 10 minutes. I have got all my bits and pieces kind of out on the table. You know how I skited yesterday about thinking the junk journal was going to be a whole lot easier? It will and it won't be. With the Hobonichi, I'm documenting my day, and so putting down things that happened during the day was so much easier because I knew what happened during the day. Like, I knew what I wanted to journal about. But with my junk journal, I'm not documenting daily life. There are, you know, photos from my life and stuff like that, but it's more about my thoughts and feelings and that sort of thing, and done in a very, you know, vintage looking way. And so I was like, oh my, what am I going to journal about? Because I kind of just add photos and things into my journal when I want to, and I enjoy the process of gluing things down and making and creating and stuff like that. I should do a series where it's like 10-minute journal photo video, because I think that would be fun as well. A lot of my junk journaling is a lot of layering and creating a lot of tip-ins and things like that. And then all the writing and stuff comes kind of later. So I'm unsure how I'm going to tackle this. I do have a Polaroid and a couple of photos. I've kind of grabbed out some acetate. I've also got some really, really beautiful fabrics that were sent to me by Trudy. And I have a couple of bits and pieces that have been sent to me in Happy Mail, these beautiful little vintage stamps. I've got, you know, odds and ends around me to try and have an idea about what I want to put on the next few pages. They've kind of pre-prepped at the moment, but I do want to add some more. I did pop this little paper clip that's kind of been flitting about my journals since I think I went to New York, and so I kind of like her in the corner. So we'll see how long that lasts before I get not annoyed, but before it starts sort of, I don't know, it's really cute there though. Maybe it'll hold. It seems pretty secure. But yeah, these are the couple of pages that I've considered working on, and then I've considered working on other pages. So I'm not quite sure what my 10 minutes holds for this, but I do think it'll be, I don't know how it's going to go. Because I was sitting here going, what am I going to journal about? Like, what am I going to do? At least with the Hobonichi, I had a clear idea. This is what happened in my day. How am I going to put that down on the page? But here, the junk journal is really about how I'm feeling and snippets and thoughts from my days or daydreams, all that sort of stuff, a little bit of heart purging. So we'll see what it brings, but I'm not going to talk a million times. I know my last video was an hour long, and I'm trying to avoid that, so I'm not going to talk as much in between the clips. Again, the video of the actual journaling footage will be in real time. I don't know if you guys enjoy seeing that in real time or not. If you want me to do this series or this concept again, but would prefer the journaling to be sped up a little bit, then let me know. I can definitely do that. I think when I was watching it back editing, I felt like I was going at like glacial speeds. I'm like, hurry up. I was sitting there watching myself journal going, why are you taking so long? Just glue it down. Just glue it down. And I spent so much time trying to get the backs off photographs. I reckon I spent at least a minute 30 collectively trying to peel stickers and photos from their backs. Like, that is time wasting at its peak.
It all before, but you are the love of my life. I knew when you came through the door that you are the love of my life. Nothing's hard, everything is easy with you around. No bombards, everything is easy when you call. remember meeting you in a dream, thinking that's the love of my life. Most handsome man I'd ever seen. I said, you must be the love of my life. Hold on now. Nothing's hard, everything is easy with you around. No bombards, everything is easy when you come around. Hold on now. Don't let go. Don't let go of me. Don't let go. Don't let go. Nothing's hard, everything is easy with you around. No bombards, everything is easy when you come around. Hold on now. Hold on now.
I know that you know I saw it. Your words like little knives. Part of me thought you would have fought it. Can't say that I was surprised. Oh, 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 oh. I'm so done with you. Yeah, I'm so done with you. And I thought you'd changed, but you go back to the same old ways. Yeah, I'm so done with you. I hope that it made you feel good. A warning shot for the other boys. Give my thanks only like an ex could. Now I know I made the right choice. Oh, 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 oh. I'm so done with you. Yeah, I'm so done with you. And I thought you'd changed, but you go back to the same old ways. Yeah, I'm so done with you. I didn't know I was telling a lie. It's been a long day for sure. How could I resist your smile? Can we move on as before? I could wait for 1,000 years, but it won't do us any good. Will you bet if you get the chance? I know I surely would. When you're away, there's a hole in my heart. Feels like a deja vu. So come back soon, you are my missing part. I know that you'll be you, 'cause you're my sweetheart. When you're around, I feel the sparks takes me higher, sweetheart. Let me be close to you forever, never, darling. You're my sweetheart. I will stay just to feel your heart pumping next to mine. Do you feel that I'm your missing part? That you're finally right? You got me out of this feverish dream. You are holding my hand. I have no clue, don't know what it means, but I know you'll understand. 'Cause when you're away, there's a hole in my heart. Feels like a deja vu. I know for sure you are my missing part. I know that you'll be you, 'cause you're my sweetheart. When you're around, I feel the sparks takes me higher, sweetheart. Let me be close to you forever, never, darling. You're my sweetheart. You're my sweetheart. You're my sweetheart. Sweetheart. You're my sweetheart.
It's totally harder. Totally harder. I had an kind of idea about what I wanted to do, and then once I'd done it, I was like, oh, I've got no other way forward. So I wanted to add in the Polaroid from today, and then add the little post that I put it on Instagram a couple of days ago that still rings very true, and so I wanted to put it in here. I've added some bits and pieces for when I can do some journaling, which I'm going to do after this. And some of these pages were already quite worked on already. So I wanted to just add dimensional layers like the acetate in the certain section and making sure that it is movable because I like it on here. I did have a little bit of trouble with my tape. It's always the way. When you're trying to rush, you fumble so much. I'm not sure about this. I kind of just added it at the end on a whim. It may stay there, but I'm not sure if I want the double paper clip now, because I'm like, oh, you've already got a paper clip there. But it means it can be removable. I'll probably either adhere this stamp because I don't like the fact that it's floating. I'm not one of those people that like to have things that they're just stacked together, because I will lose that. This is a paper bag that I got in some Happy Mail, and I have Trudy's cute little tag that she had in my mail. So I've just put one of the vellum things here that says today. Added an Old Monday mantra to the back as well, and added that as a tip in. And then I really liked how you could see the paper bag through the flowers. I was very happy with that. And that's all I essentially got done. But I think for 10 minutes, I've added, you know, I've built on pages. I've given them more dimension. And once I add my journaling, because I don't think anything else is going to happen with these except the writing. I may put some stamped stuff down there. I'm not quite sure. But I kind of like how it looks at the moment. And I think once I add some writing, it'll look a lot better. Definitely. And then I can just move on to these pages. The only problem with photo paper is pens don't really love to write over them too much. I might have to get one of my black Bic ballpoints out to write down here. But I do feel like something needs to go here. I just can't work out what it is. And with 10 minutes, my brain was not playing the game of what can we add here. I mean, I did have this guy out before because there was the purple in the flowers. But for some reason, I don't know if he suits it or not. No, not sure at all. I mean, he could essentially go up here, and I did trial him on this page, and I thought maybe his head can be turned out here, and then I can just chop his ear off and then turn his body into a journaling spot. And now that I'm looking at that, I like that idea way better than what I was currently thinking, because his body could be a journaling spot, in that way I can take that off. See, when I'm not stressed, my brain works a little bit better. I'm not stressed as much, but I just try and think really quickly and try not to think too much with the 10-minute journaling. Obviously, if I was sitting here, I'd be trying, you know, 50 different versions of things in order to get them done. But I'm pretty happy. I'll sit here and do some journaling on what I'm thinking and feeling at the moment, especially in regards to like this photo. Just taking in some sunlight today, and I'll leave his head there and then work on that bit tomorrow, so it's actually part. It even looks like that's his wing. I really like that. So, and it works in. Just wasn't sure about the color, if he suited it, even though he's still got the brown sort of ears. Anyway, that's for tomorrow's video, but I will sit down and do some writing on these pages so that I know that they're filled in. And then I think I want to finish the little bits and pieces that are here. Oh, I also had that Thursday piece of paper around here, because I was like, oh, it's Thursday, I'll use the Thursday thing. Oh, I just dropped it. Let me see if I can grab it. Nope, it went really far under my table. That's always the way. But maybe I'll add that like I did with the Hobonichi. If I wanted to add more, I'll probably show you what I added before I start tomorrow's thing. But yeah, I am loving this little insert. I probably should work on these front couple of pages, like here and here, maybe tomorrow, because I feel like they are nondescript. There's nothing special about them, and I'm not loving how they look. I kind of just flip right past them. I mean, I love the little pressed flower thing, so I've got to work on this spread and see how we go. But that is today's version. A lot harder than I expected in the junk journal, but I'm enjoying the process, and I hope you guys are having a fun time watching me struggle streak my journaling. Inkies, and welcome to Friday the 17th, and today we're going to be working in the junk journal as I did yesterday. I've gotten a few bits and pieces out that I want to actually work with. I hope I want to work with them. They're kind of bits and pieces that I've just been hoping to get in here somehow. I'll give you a look at where it stands at the moment. It's getting there, slowly but surely. I'm really enjoying how it's looking and how it's growing. It is getting a little bit chunky, but that's okay. It'll cope. It's coping all right so far. So things I added yesterday off camera was I added this piece of acetate here afterwards, and I just added this little envelope this morning, and it was part of the order that I got from the Etsy store that I did my mini haul about. And so I cut the ephemera that was at the other end with the wax seal and everything, and just taped it in and sealed it up to make it like a pocket for a tag, like so. So that's kind of what I did this morning when I was chatting to my mom. I think that's all I've put in here since my last video. I think so. I think that's pretty much it today. So I've got like bits and pieces. I've got some of the Tim Holtz botanicals. I've got some more acetate. I've got this laminated stack of books that I had trouble laminating. It's all sort of mangled, but I still want to use it. I don't want it to go to waste. I've kind of been keeping it since then. I've also cut up some paper from the memoranda Tim Holtz thing. At the back they have bits that are all different sizes, so you can see these bigger squares, but right at the back they have like smaller ones, and they are like double-sided squares. So I cut down a sheet of those sort of to have as little backgrounds and things. I've got a few bits of fabric. I've kind of just grabbed a few things, and I didn't want to get too many things. I know it may look like a lot, but they're kind of the same sort of feel. There's a couple of those paper clips sort of roguing over there. So I know there's quite a few bits and pieces in there. I'm hoping that I don't get too overwhelmed. I'm hoping that I can pull it off. But I'm not trying for anything specifically. But I would like to maybe work on a tag to go into that little paper pocket that I taped in somewhere. Here, maybe a tag for here, maybe also doing something to this front cover. I'm not sure. They're kind of, I have no real vision, and that's probably a bad thing about what I want to do today, but I know that I want to obviously do my 10 minutes in here. With a junk journal, it's really hard because it's kind of not everyday life. It's just what I want it to be about. I don't even think I have a photo for today, so I won't be adding any photos. This was a photo I took yesterday. But I don't want to just take a photo for the sake of adding a photo. I do have a nice black and white picture of hubby that I've had in my wallet for a while that I may even put on the tag. I don't know. I'm not sure. No idea. But I have got to do my 10 minutes for today. And I'm glad that it's only 10 minutes today because I am getting sick again. I can't believe it. My throat feels like it is closing in on itself. And that may be because of the hair drama. Did get sorted out. I wasn't 100% happy with what the result was, but my hair isn't even pink at the moment. But the way they went about it, I wasn't happy with. So I will be looking for another place that sells Manic Panic other than the Hair House Warehouse, that is for sure. And I also wanted to give this guy an actual body to turn him into a journaling spot. So I may use some of these to do that. Maybe here. Maybe. I do know that putting like paint down and needing it to dry with the thing may be my undoing. But if I do that as a last step, it means I can get all my other steps done and then do the paint, and then all I've got to do is dry, and then that can be done outside the 10 minutes. Yes, that could be my plan of attack. I need tea though before I start this, so let's go. Right, before I start, I did actually get some Happy Mail in the mail, so I am printing a photo of them together because they look so beautifully presented. This is via the Feel Good Parcel Mia Vibes on Etsy. So I wanted to take a photo of them because they look so beautifully done and presented together, and it does very much fit the theme. And so I've got those, and I've also got a few little extra things that I ordered as well. So I have them here. So they were all in little envelopes and things like that. So I have all those here, but these were in her paper party packs. And I ordered the last two in her shop a while ago now. So it did take a little while to get here, but I am a very patient girl. I ordered them back in April. So I wanted to add that photo in there and kind of document that in here. And I know I'm going to put this tag in this thing, so I've also put a line here to sort of indicate what is going to go on top is going to be visually seen. And that's something that I was going to quickly just talk about. If I'm going to have something poking out of a pocket, I want to know what's going to be on this top area so that it's at least visually appealing, because you're going to be seeing whatever is poking out. So I gave myself a little indicator of how far it is in the pocket, and then so all of that can't be seen, but obviously it'll still look beautiful, but I will make sure that the top looks appealing and sort of fits in with what's going on. So that is pretty much all I'm going to chat about, but I wanted to show the little paper party packs and the photograph that I just took and is slowly developing. I thought maybe I could probably put it on the back of here, maybe, or on the front. Don't know. Anyway, but I wanted to print a photo of it anyway.
You tell me you're scared. You tell me you're weak, but I know you're stronger than what you think. And I know it's hard. It's rough, but we'll make it through, and I'll back you up. Wherever you're going, I'm going too. I'll follow you through the and the blue. Whatever the mountain, we'll climb to the next. Honey, I'm with you through life and to death. You tell me you're nervous. You say you're afraid. I wish you could see that. I think you're brave, and if it all falls, if it all breaks, I'll still be here. We'll fix these mistakes. Wherever you're going, I'm going too. I'll follow you through the black and the blue. Whatever the mountain, we'll climb to the next. Honey, I'm with you through life and to death. Wherever you're going, I'm going too. I'll follow you through the black and the blue. Whatever the mountain, we'll climb to the next. Honey, I'm with you through life and to death. Honey, I'm with you through life and
Moon, I'm there soon. I'm leaving quite early tomorrow morning. Undercover, baby, is what you ask of me. Soon I'll be disguised. Shooting star, I'm without a safety net. Give me a ride. I'm going far beyond where the sun sets. Dear, I'm no longer scared. Glow brings me comfort. I'm filled with light. Tiptoe, dance with me through the shadow play. Moon, I'm on my way. Shooting star, I'm without a safety net. Give me a ride. I'm going far beyond where the sun sets. Shooting star, I'm without a safety net. Give me a ride. I'm going far beyond where the sun sets. Show your tail in the night. Keep it glowing steady and bright. Shooting star, I'm without a safety net. Now give me a ride. I'm going far beyond where the sun sets. Shooting star, I'm without a safety net. Give me a ride. I'm going far beyond where the sun sets.
I woke up in the middle of the night. Na, na, na. And I wondered how you're always right. It gets me. I couldn't see what you saw in me. Ooh, na, na, na. But you showed me how to believe. Still gets me. When I look back, I can see you're hiding, waiting for a moment to step in. And I'll never understand how you saw it coming. Oh, but I will love you for it all. It is hard to share my thoughts. Ooh, na na na. It's like cutting a wound in a bleeding heart. It gets me. But I know that you need it all. Ooh, na na na. Just give me some time, 'cause I need to know that you're staying. Ooh. When I look back, I can see you're hiding, waiting for a moment.
Okay, in 10 minutes I attached my little laminated book thing. I also managed to get some flowers onto my little tag thing. I think I might put like a journaling spot here, or like maybe some of this paper, some of this sort of caramelized paper, so it's a little bit different. So I might quickly do that now. Obviously I knew that I wasn't going to get heaps done because I was making the tag today. I was focusing on getting the tag done because I essentially created a whole nother spot for me to add some journaling in, and that was what I kind of wanted. I want to make it slightly smaller. So that at least I have the ability to add some journaling onto the back of there, so it's not just wasted space. I also decided to add my paper parcel, Feel Good Party paper parcel photograph to the front here with one of the Tim Holtz paper clips. And now that I'm looking for my paper clip that was on there, it's now missing. They're really tiny, but they're very, very cute. So I went with the smaller flower because I could still see Yuki's little note that says regards Yuki, and I didn't want to cover that up because I liked someone else's handwriting, because obviously it looks different to mine. And then I had this pinned to the front, and then the top of it has the Feel Good parcel and the flowers, and I knew that because this was here it would look good with that on there. And then when you can pull it out, it is just also has a belly band in here. Like I used the acetate and didn't adhere it properly so that I could essentially slip something else into there to make it double use, because obviously this is covered, can't be journaled on because it's not very it's too busy. But I did add tea-dyed paper to the back. I didn't glue very well because I was in a hurry. And I'll probably add some journaling to that, or add some, probably a photograph or an element on there. I ran out of time. I was like trying to get all my bits together. I was in the middle of cutting this piece of fabric, but when I had the tag in there, once I decided to add the fabric, you couldn't see the little look of the bookmark, or the failed bookmark. You couldn't see that if I went that way. So maybe if I go this way, and I picked the pink because the Feel Good parcel thing was pink, so it kind of matched. But let me just take that photograph off until I'm ready. I think it will still cover up that leaf, and I don't want that leaf covered up. Or maybe not. If I have it really long, or I don't have it at all, or I could put some of the string. I think I've got some jute that I could probably put in there. Give me 2 seconds. All right, so these are little cheapo spools of like different types of twine and stuff that I got from Kmart. I think it cost me about $2 for those. So I have all those different ones, and then off camera I just added that and stapled it several times on this side so that it can pop out the side. And I decided that that would be better because it's very neutral, and still you can see the floral out the side. And that was what I talked about in the last video, or the last time I did my junk journal. I'm always checking how they look together once they flip and everything, and it's a lot harder when you're working really fast, because I would sit there and ponder things forever and try and decide if it works or if it doesn't work, and then if it doesn't work, what am I going to do instead? These are really fiddly paper clips, aren't they? I guess because they're so small. One says on there, I'm not moving it. There we go. It must be a certain way you put it on there. But that is what I currently am working with. And I really like it. For 10 minutes, I got a whole sort of pocket done. I got a tag ready for some journaling. I added a whole insert, even though it was just literally taping it in. I feel like for 10 minutes I've done something pretty decent. I'm very happy with how my tag looks. I like that I've got extra space here for when I do something else. I mean, that the what do you call them? The long feel-good tickets might look cute in there. Because that's how I envisioned it, being a holder, or even a photograph. I was going to put the actual photograph in the belly band, but I like it on the front, but it leaves me room to add another photograph on there and stick it in there as well, which I really like. And then I can add some journaling on the back, or even add one of the flowers that didn't make it to the actual pocket. I do really like these. Are from the Tim Holtz Botanicals range. I might even cut that down and let that sit on the side and add that. But yeah, I really like it. I think I did well for today's 10 minutes. I was really stressed because I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do. But now that I've done it, I had a really good time sort of documenting a little bit of my day. Obviously, this is part of my day. This arrived in the mail today on my doorstep, literally before I pressed record. And now I had a vision. I think having something to do and having something to work towards was better than yesterday, where I kind of just floundered around adding things. But I knew I wanted to make a tag. That's the only thing I had said in my head, was I want to make a tag because I really enjoy tags, and they do really act as a nice way to add more journaling. And I've kind of been adding tip-ins as I go, because the original journal insert that I made didn't actually have that many pages in it. So I've been adding quite a lot of my own pages and tip-ins with what I've been doing with all the inserts, and kind of bulking it up. And I didn't get around to working on this guy, and that's okay. He's just paper clipped in there. He'll be worked on. But I did kind of tunnel vision this whole aspect and completely forgot about the other guy. But that just shows that in 10 minutes I got into the zone and I was enjoying what I was doing, and I feel like I made a good little attempt at adding an extra bit. And for 10 minutes I've got a fully fledged working pocket. I've got a tag, and I've also got another tip-in that works really nicely and adds a little bit of visual interest to the page. So yeah, I think, God, I'm gonna have to really glue that thing down, because it sometimes brown paper, it does not want to be friends with other papers. It just is not, it's not here for the party. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed today's Friday 10 minutes, and I'll be back tomorrow for my Saturday. It will be done early in the morning because we have to go vote tomorrow morning. So it will definitely be 10 minutes in and out, no added extras. But yeah, I think today was a win. I feel good about today's version of the 10 minutes. Yesterday, not so much. Good morning, Keys. Today is Saturday. It is Saturday morning. We are getting ready to go and vote. So I do really just have 10 minutes today, getting our little family on the road. I think today I want to get the packaging from the Etsy order that I placed with Yuki on Etsy. I want to get these into the junk journal and turn them into something useful instead of just backing cards. And I was looking through places that I would think to put it, and this, I thought this would look really nice, so you could see some of it past here. So I'm going to be attaching that as a tip-in, so it'll cover that little slip pocket, but then it also makes itself a useful page. So I'm going to use my 10 minutes to get that and to back it as well. And for this one, I haven't quite worked out exactly where I want it to go. But I do want to get it in here somewhere. So part of me is like, maybe I should have just, maybe I'll just add it into like this page here. I was trying to add it to the more flimsier pages, like the brown paper bag ones. These ones are really flimsy, so they don't have much hold on them. Like this page here, I could essentially put one here and have this page feel a bit more secure, but it doesn't really, I don't like how they sit together, so I might go towards the back in that back area This is not sticking though, so I might have to re-glue my little bearded man and maybe put that here, and then that will help this page here, or even here, because there's a rip down here. See, I don't mind those two together. So yeah, that is kind of where my thinking is today. I'm going to back them with some different papers and get them into my journal. Also off camera, I got this in my Feel Good parcel. It's like a little doily with a hand stamped deer. I then used my bookbinding, clear bookbinding tape to cover both sides of it to make it more sturdy, and thinking about using that as a decoration. I don't think I'm going to get that in today because I tried to attach it before and I didn't actually like how it, it's not that I didn't like how it looked. I needed to find a page that wasn't taking up a whole page of writing, because I still want to have writing within my journal. I think I tried to attach it here, but because this page was so flimsy, I had a lot of trouble getting it onto there, and it's obviously also not straight, so it was a real pain. But I want to get this little piece into the journal at some stage. I know that I still want to work on this guy, but I don't think I'm going to get to him today either. I may do a sort of longer journal with me tomorrow, maybe in this, other than the 10 minutes where I can actually sit there and do, because I think I'm putting it off because I don't want to rush him. He's like my dessert, you know, if you go through your dinner and you leave the best, your favorite thing to last on your dinner plate or something like that. He is that for me, and I don't want to screw him up by trying to rush through a 10-minute version of him. So he's still paperclip there, he's still happy there, so we'll leave him be there for now. But yeah, I'm going to stop talking because I don't have heaps of time, and I also have to go do this voting thing. If you're Aussie, I hope you get your democracy sausage, which seems to be the thing. But yeah, I'm gonna put the timer on and get these babies done up. I wanted to get some of that floral paper that I have out of the books. So maybe some of these, or maybe the one from the British version with all the flowers. So I might grab that before I start the timer, because otherwise I'll spend time trying to look for it.
I got you, you got me. We are two lucky. Emily, your name spells home since the day you were born. You have always known when I need you the most. Oh, 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 oh. My best friend God sent my own good fortune. You know you are my double flame whisper, my soulmate sister. You know you are. I see you, you see me. Same mother, different dads, but we're just as happy. Remember when you were 5, every day by my side. Oh, 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 oh. My best friend God sent my own good fortune. You know you are my double flame whisper, my soulmate sister. You know you are. Oh, every time life gets rough, you know you are the one that picks me up, the one that fills my cup. You know you are. And we are inseparable. We are so unbreakable. My best friend God You know you are. Oh, every time life gets rough, you know you are the one that picks me up, the one that fills my cup. You know you are. Don't be a stranger in the night. Take a chance for some romance. Don't cover your eyes. Willow trees know you better than anyone else. It's time you let your guard down for someone like me. I'd say I'm settled and pretty calm. I don't storm in the storm. If not me, then someone like me that knows what to do and how to take care of you. But most of all, that deserves you. The sweetest red cheeks I'd ever seen. You stand beside me in every dream. Angel goddess, you cover them all. Say, what can I do to get you to fall for someone like me? It's crucial that he deserves you. That he deserves you. Go with someone like me. I'd say I'm settled and pretty calm. I don't storm in the storm, no. Not me, then someone like me that knows what to do and how to take care of you. But most of
beyond all. A bigger scale the world inhales as we go. I wouldn't want it any other way, no. Dreamy, breezy, we go. Easy, easy on our tiptoes, undercover agents of the other, beyond gravel, beyond all. Dreamy, breezy, we go. Easy, easy on our tiptoes, undercover agents of the other, beyond gravel, beyond all.
All right. Let's have a look. Where did I put the tags after all that? I just added the Feel Good Parcel tissue paper and I turned it into another one of those slip pockets. I don't know how it's going to hold up. I may have to clear tape it because it is literally tissue paper. But I put in the tag, and if you noticed, I actually collaged my tag upside down because I was in such a rush. So I've switched it. It doesn't actually matter that the flowers and stuff are upside down and that the fabric's down the bottom, because it means that there is a fabric thing at the bottom instead of at the top. And I didn't worry too much. I tried it up the other way, but this was all upside down and stuff, so I was like, bugger it, I'll put it in the way it's meant to. I obviously attached these off camera because I ran out of time. I didn't get time to actually attach them. So I've used clear tape to attach the bag, and then I finally, after struggling on camera for way too long, got my tape, map tape to actually work. So there is one of the tags. As you can see, it is starting to really bulk up. I don't think I can actually add anything else to the signatures. I think they're just not going to cope. So I would have to not tip any more stuff into the spine. I think I need to focus on working on the actual pages, and I'm honestly thinking I may also put in some brads and a tie at the end to sort of keep it contained, or a button, but it's coping, but not too well at the moment. But I like to bulk everything up. So there was that little tag there. I obviously added this off camera. I put another one of those Tim Holtz Botanicals on there, and then the other tag I ended up putting behind here. Now I had the bigger tag at the back here, but then when I tried to, I was going to wrap my washi tape around, and then I saw that this guy was on there and the thick washi tape was going to cover him, and I love him too much to lose him. So I had to switch it up at the last second and add the smaller tag to it. It's not as nice like in the background, but I still think it looks quite good. And I had enough time to sort of, it sits in there quite nicely. You've still got that slip pocket access. This can still be used as journaling. And then I've obviously added, I decided to make these actual journaling spots because I know that the blank pages in here are few and far between. I mean, I can try and journal like around these type of things. I wouldn't journal here, but I could add tags in here or something in here that is got writing on it. So I'm trying to maximize the places where I can journal. I haven't added anything to here. I think if I will make this a predominantly journal page. I would probably just add something like that to the bottom. But I want to keep a lot of these spaces open so that I can have some space for photographs and stuff like that. It's not going to be like a huge journal, like journaling, just a lot of what I'm already doing, sort of writing about things. I was writing in like where was I writing last night? Like on here, on this side bit, and then I've already written on the tag. So I kind of just write little bits and pieces about what I'm thinking and what I'm feeling in the spots that are available. So smaller spurts of journaling is basically what this little junk journal has become. It's not going to be one of those big heart purges. It'll just be when I feel like I need a safe place. So yeah, it is looking pretty chunky, but that's okay. It's going really well, and I'm hoping that I can start on the home stretch. Now I know I have quite a lot of blank paper, but they're just, it won't take me long to actually add the journaling and the photographs. So I may do a longer journal with me video next Wednesday for you guys in this one, so I don't feel so rushed. And then I promise I will work on this guy here. He just needs to live there. I'm worried about his ear though. That's another thing I'm worried about, is how his ear is going to cope. I may have to do the same thing that I did to the doily and sort of tape him up and then add him, or just tape his ears so his ears stay a bit more, or I'm going to have to chop his ear here and then this one will stay on the page. I'm not quite sure what the fate is for his little ear, but this is currently where it stands. I am really enjoying it. I'm loving how it's looking. I'm not quite sure where it will go once I've finished it. Obviously it can't live in my traveler's notebook because it will be too chunky by then. I probably will do more to the cover, I think, and then just make it as like it's just its own entity. I don't think I'm going to put it anywhere. But I thought about making the actual cover extended, but I don't think it's going to work. But I think a brad with some ribbon or something will probably be the best option, although that then limits the pockets on the inside. Not too sure. If you have any thoughts or suggestions or ideas of what I could do with the closure or cover or something, let me know. Otherwise I could just wrap a band around it, I guess. Could do that. Didn't think of that one. But yeah, so 10 minutes a day. We accomplished quite a bit in here. I think this is probably my favorite, this little section here that came together. I put the other little belly band in here. I've got one here as well. I'll probably put somewhere else. But I think we did, in the small amount of time that I had, essentially 30 minutes over 3 days, I think I've made quite a few really nice additions to this journal. I've obviously created more journaling space for me. I've added some, pockets, and I think it's been a really good use of the time that I had. And I am really enjoying the burst journaling. I think it really helps get you started. It helps sort of take away the burden of, I don't have an hour to spare and I don't have, a whole day to devote to my journal pages. Like, little steps create big steps. Like, every little bit helps. And if you only have 10 minutes a day, it's better than no minutes a day, and you will feel so much better for actually doing it. Yeah, yes, that could just be 10 minutes worth of writing. I definitely would do that a lot, but that's not very good for filming, is it? I spend a lot of my nights sort of adding little lines here and there to the pages of all my journals, because a lot of my stuff isn't chronological except my hobo. So I do write little sentences here and there, and I think that's enough to get it off my chest and down onto these pages. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this version of part 2 of 10 minutes of journaling. Tell me which one you enjoyed more, the Hobonichi pages or these pages here. I'd love to know your thoughts, and if you'd like me to do this every now and again to sort of show you how I would journal in little bursts over a span of a few days, I'm quite happy to do so. It was actually quite fun, and the Hobonichi really opened my eyes on what could be achieved in 10 minutes, and trying not to think about things before going into it, and trying not to make every page a masterpiece. And I think that was my problem, was I was like, I don't have time to make it amazing. But at the end of the day, if it's done, it's done. In the scheme of things, I would rather a finished page than no page done at all. So that's something to think about for all of us, including myself. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, Inkies, and I will see you again soon. Bye!
I woke up in the middle of the night. Na, na, na. And I wondered how you're always right. It gets me. I couldn't see what you saw in me. Ooh, na, na, na. But you showed me how to believe. Still gets me.